It's Thursday evening, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Radiation Therapy. I am your host, the Brash Rhino. With me, as always, is Jay Fry,
Hello.
the Greasy Faggot,
Sup?
and filling in for Macoptra this week, we have a special guest, and that would be Based Mama.
Hi, everybody.
You can find Based Mama on all of the major social media platforms, Twitter, Minds, YouTube, and VidMe. She's always at based_mama. So thank you for joining us this evening. We're glad to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, I've got some excellent topics this week. The first of which is one that just let's see, the video just came out a couple hours ago, probably, and that's Lacey Green's new video. Did you guys have a chance to watch that?
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Who wants to break that video down for us and give a little bit, give a little bit of insight of what she was saying?
I think Jay would be better for that one.
Go ahead. All right. What basically happened was Lacey Green had a stroke. Oh, full out anti-SJW. She got away from the Googles and the Twitters and the YouTubes for a little bit, and she crazy. She talked to the other side.
Imagine that.
Talked to the other side, and that's well. She's had conversations with pretty much the not the cream of the corn, but like the step below the who's who, the Blair Whites, the Andy and Chris Worskis, the Jeffs and the memes, and the
Chris
the
Reagan.
quality. Did she talk to Chris? I didn't see that one.
She hung out with Chris Reagan. Yeah,
But
Oh, really?
yeah, she did.
Reagan, jeez,
Yeah, like
Yes.
IRL hung out.
he's gonna have to give me his address. I don't think he will.
Was it your
Chris,
first
if you're out
thought to
there.
stalk someone?
Tweet me, bro. But she just kind of in this surmised that she is a strong proponent of the First Amendment and begins to misquote what science is yet again. But she's coming around, so that's nice, and I appreciate the video and the effort she put into making it, because very few people right now are willing to stem outside of what they've already preconceived and believe to anybody else.
Yeah, and I think you're describing it as she's had a stroke. Kind of gets to the core of a lot of people's shock, because last we really heard from her on a wide scale, I think, was the election, when it was, oh, we all need to heal and come together, and then Trump won, and it was, all you motherfucking racist pieces of shit. That was very funny, very amusing.
There's gonna be left-wing death squads coming at us. No, right.
If you were to tell me back in November that this imposter Lacey Green, this lizard person or robot, android, I don't know, whether to show up and do this video, I would have told you were crazy.
Yeah, it's really blowing my mind kind of right now too, especially when she was saying that a bunch of her friends were actually like discouraging her from having these conversations, and now she's going to do a whole series,
Yeah.
like talking to feminists and talking to like our side, quote unquote, like the anti-SJWs and anti-feminists, like actively trying to have a conversation. And I don't know, this has been something that we've wanted for a long time. It's like just a chance to have a conversation with people on the other side. And it's where it seems like someone's finally allowing that. And I think that's really great.
And this is a conversation as opposed to debate me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that is also relatively new to our group of shit posters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been kind of a problem for the internet as a whole for a long time. Sorry. That there's always been, you can't ask a question about something without whoever hears it basically seeing it as a challenge to debate. And it's very like frustrating because I'm trying to look into the alt-right, and I have learned very, very quickly that we're not quite at that place where everybody's ready to start having conversations yet.
I got some names for you if you want to talk to alt-right people.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they want to talk, it's just something that I'm interested in. I don't really have a dog in the fight, you know, so it's something I can jump into without getting on one side or the other, you know, whatever. I just do what I do, and I want to be able to do that without people screaming at me, you know, about how they're all white nationalist Nazis and how you know, oh, I'm cucked for the white man and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm okay.
You know, it was. I thought one of the most interesting things she said in the video was building on what Greasy was saying. You know, she said that her friends were discouraging her from doing that, and then she goes on to talk about how these social justice types see this as violence, and talking with them promotes violence because it spreads their message, it legitimizes them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she's like, well, no, we're just having a conversation. I thought that was very cool. And then she went on to compare it to the way that
physical violence.
Well, that too. She made a distinction between, which was really interesting, between physical violence and the kind of violence that hurts your feelings. And while she did say that the speech that hurts your feelings is a form of violence, which I disagree with.
Harm. Harm.
Yeah, harm. She did make the distinction.
Well, that's true. It hurts your feelings, right?
Yeah, but it's not the violence there. When they call it violence, they want to put violence it on the same level as running up and punching Richard Spencer in the head, which is actual violence. So, you know, it's she made that distinction. She said one is clearly worse. And for me, violence, the speech doesn't reach a level of harm until it incites violence. So I thought that was an excellent thing to say. And she came out really strongly on the side of free speech, which I thought was great.
Which was a bit shocking.
Yeah, which was a bit shocking. And she did compare it to the right. You know, she compared not talking to people on the other side of the aisle, you know, to the right and their very crappy version of sex ed, where it's like, well, if we just don't teach them about sex ed, then, you know, we can't teach them about it because it will encourage them to have sex. So we just have to just say, okay, just don't do anything at all, and that's it. That's all we're going to give you. And that doesn't work very well.
Yeah. And she also touched on there was this paper, and it was talking about like Rachel Dolezal and like transracialism in kind of in regards to talking about transgenderism. And there's this lady that wrote the paper. I forget exactly what she said about it, like about the paper itself, but she was saying that there was these other academics wrote an open letter saying that this paper needs to be retracted from the scientific journal.
Retracted and buried.
Mm-hmm. And Lacey, she said she was like, I read this, and she was holding it up, and all the claims that they made about this paper are so far off the basis of reality, and it's not a reason why we need to silence it.
Well, and what was so interesting about her talking about this paper is she says, well, this author made some very interesting points, saying that you can apply the exact same logic as transgenderism to transracialism, which is insane to hear, you know, Miss 97 Genders say. Like, you know, it almost sounds like she's kind of reconsidered the whole, you know, 90 million genders thing. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's going to be interesting to see what comes up on her channel next. I'm actually
Lacey Hines Green.
I'm probably going to subscribe to her at this point because I'm curious to see what she has to say.
I'm going to too after that. Yeah. Like, I'm still, like, I don't know. I'm still kind of reeling, I guess, because it just blows my mind. Because I used to be a fan of her when I was younger. And it's interesting, I didn't know that Lacey Green was raised Mormon like myself. And that religion is not very good for, you know, people who are in the gay community. And
I'm sorry, I was raised Mormon too.
Oh my God.
Everybody
really?
was raised Mormon and everybody has to mention it. Jesus.
Because it's so crazy and that's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah, Mormonism is crazy. But anyways, like in my experience, I confided in my bishop, big mistake, that I had desires for women, and I was told that in no uncertain terms that I was not just like immoral, but a disgusting, evil person. And that fucked me up for years.
That's
And then I
heartbreaking.
found, I was like 13.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah. And then I found some of Lacey Green's videos, like some of the Sex Plus videos, and it helped me definitely learn more about like safer sex and sex ed than what I ever would have learned in school or from church. And she helped me kind of realize that my sexuality, my desire for women doesn't make me this terrible, awful human being. It's just kind of something I can't really help.
Just kind of.
And then she went crazy. Yeah. And then she just went kind of crazy, and I was like, okay, I'm jumping ship right now.
Because I learned from her buddy Riley that my infatuation with women is disgusting and should be avoided at all costs.
It's because you also don't like men, therefore you're bigoted.
If you don't find a transgender person attractive, you're a bigot. That's basically what she said. Are those the
rules now?
Huh?
Sorry, what?
I'm having like a really hard time keeping up with societal rules for things because none of it makes sense, and I don't let my kids hear that shit. So, is that Riley's trying to say this? That you? The lack of consistency is making my brain hurt. You can't help who you love, right? So it's, you don't choose to be gay or straight, or you can't choose who you're attracted to. But if you're not attracted to these certain things, then you're a bigot.
Basically,
shifting goalpost of whatever works at the time.
Yeah, all the time.
So,
for instance,
Riley, everybody's a bigot.
Lesbian.
So I remember that pickup line. That doesn't work.
Wait, say again. What did she say?
Riley is transgender, as we all know. So she pronouns, if you will. She or it, or as I call Riley, shit. She is female and also gay. So she does the women's.
No, I think she's just straight. I'm
just
going to go on a limb, and I'm going to go ahead and say she's a man who likes to dress up as a woman, or may feel like she is a woman, but still has a penis and has sex with women. That makes you straight. And I'm sorry, it just makes you straight.
Yeah, that would be the consensus. But Theron Myers, who is categorically one of the strongest proponents of transgenderism and has very original thoughts on the matter. She's also lesbian.
Huh.
There's her, and then there's Riley. And I only picture one as a transgender, and that would be Riley.
Transgender. That's a good word for it.
I think I would almost categorize Theron Myers as a TERF. Almost.
Just what's a TERF? Yeah. I've not heard that before.
it's like a trans hating feminist. If a woman becomes a man, so a trans male, like a TERF would hate that person because they feel like that they betrayed their gender.
Oh, that's very strange.
Yeah, it's definitely strange. Not even other feminists
But
like TERFs that much.
My burning question is, does the carpet match the drapes?
So I was going through Lacey's timeline on this, where she posted this video on Twitter, and the best comment, hands down, so far is, "Did Steve Shives block you yet?"
I want to see if he. I really want to see if he has. Like,
got a bot that does it, but I'm pretty sure they're friends. So
that would be pretty amazing.
Block a friend. I've often felt
sure
like I should be blocking. Well, I'm gonna check later with Dan Irish. I'm gonna block the shit out of him.
Oh man. Well, any other thoughts on Lacey Green and her sudden transformation?
Oh, I got thoughts, but right.
I blame Jeff Holiday.
You blame Jeff Holiday?
Yep, I blame the holidays. They did this to her. Not that I'm complaining, but I blame the holidays, and I especially blame Memory.
Yeah, Memory seems like she'd be a cool chick to talk to.
Are you blaming them,
or very cool.
Are you blaming them or crediting them?
I haven't decided that yet.
And even in the video, Lacey does this 1 second little bleep of mentioning her new friends, and Memes was one of them, and Chris, and I'm not sure if it's Chris now or if it was Chris Worski.
It'll be interesting to find out. Hopefully, we get to find out which Chris she's talking about.
You can text me their address. That'd be great.
All right. Well, moving on. We're going to go to our next topic. We're going to go from sanity to complete lunacy, which should be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk.
Boy.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy. We're going to talk about the National Review article that appeared, I believe, earlier today with the headline of University of Arizona is hiring students to tattle on others for, quote, bias incidents, close quote.
Yes. The thought police. The paid thought police.
This is like some serious Big Brother type shit, you know? Getting others. It's also cult mentality. It's you get members of the cult to watchdog each other, basically. So it says the University of Arizona. What's that?
Called is literally everybody turns on everybody.
Yeah,
but describe it so I can complain about like the rate of pay versus the timeline of how you're supposed to work.
Okay, so
and how.
Right, let me read here a little bit from the article. The University of Arizona is hiring students to be, quote, social justice activists, and the job description demands that they report any bias incidents or claims to appropriate residence life staff. According to the university's website, the official title, they're just repeating that again. Okay, it pays $10 an hour, and they can expect to work 15 hours per week. 15 hours a week of looking for crimes, thought crimes, word crimes, not actual crimes, just crimes of opinion, basically. Okay, the daily the notes, that means they will be making roughly $600 a month to report their peers, to tattle. How many hours as a kid over your life growing up as a kid did your parents try to teach you not to tattle on others, not to be a pussy and tattle on people?
Lots.
Well, I had siblings, so we were taught to tattle. No, how does the 15 hours work exactly? Are you out there, shelling your brand of social activism for the 15 hours? Or does it start with as soon as you tattle and then write your report? Are you getting paid for writing your report? Are you paid for the surveillance? Do you have to go into drum circles and chant to get in with the groups?
Let's let me give you guys I'm going actually to this is not a joke. Like, it sounds like it would be a joke, but it's, like an Onion article, but it's not. So let me read you the abstract for the Social Justice Advocates, SJA. Will be responsible for instituting monthly programmatic efforts within the residence halls that focus specifically on social justice issues, including the mosaic of diversity, multiculturalism, and inclusivity. Kill me. Oh, that's not in there. That was just me. They will also create bulletin boards in the halls and maintain their upkeep as necessary. SJAs will hold social justice modules once a month. Kill me, for the RAs that will take place during RA staff meetings and host dialogues twice a semester within the community to maintain an understanding of the residents' comfortability while in the halls. You know what would make me really uncomfortable? Having to deal with these assholes. They will also have to meet with the Assistant Director of Social Justice Education each month I can't believe that's an actual job.
Job's a strong word.
Yeah, for module training and preparation. SJAs will also arrive to campus in August for SJA training, comrade, before the fall term begins. The social justice advocate position is an at-will position, and thus applicants must reapply annually. What do you guys think of that crock of shit?
Well, when I wanted the left to create more jobs, this wasn't what I had in mind. And you can't say anymore that the left hasn't created a job anymore.
Guys,
they make jobs.
We just found like maybe 100. It can't be 100. Maybe like 30 jobs that Obama actually did create. Like plus 30 for Obama right here. Oh my lord!
Oh man,
it's a shovel ready, all right.
Based Mama, you what are your feelings on this?
I think it sounds just like Tucson. It's exactly the stupid shit that they would do at the University of Arizona. I mean, remember the Mars rover program was there, but then they also do shit like this. Have you guys ever been to Tucson?
No, I have not personally.
No, I've been to Flagstaff. I've been to Phoenix and Mesa area, but I've never been to Tucson.
Yeah, it's like if you took a really cool city and you dumped a bunch of hippies in it, and then you let them run the place for 10 years. So they have a lot of heirloom seed places. Everybody stinks, and just finding, just like a steak place or something is actually really difficult. You end up eating a lot of Mexican food because it's like the only thing that has meat in it anymore.
Oh, so
I buy heirloom seeds.
I don't mind it, but
Hey guys, do you know what the #1 position requirement is for this job?
On your knees? I don't know what.
Must have a moderate knowledge and understanding of social justice issues. I am eminently qualified for this job.
We all are.
Yes. We should apply for these.
The only thing you have to do, Brash, is adopt like a pseudo beta cucked male voice along with a vocal fry. That vocal fry that makes you sound so superior and
hey guys, we really need to talk about some justice issues, social justice issues.
I can't believe he referenced that we need to talk. It is offensive to our hearingless population on campus.
That's ableist.
Jay, I'm so glad you brought that up because you're right. I should have said communicate it. We need to communicate about some social justice issues.
That's going to be the first meeting. And the second meeting is going to be about the new staff the new staff they had to hire because the first staff was problematic. Meaning it's going to be the second. There was a comment in the thread.
Thanks for coming to the second meeting here. We have a few changes. As you'll notice, about 27 of our 30 new hires are gone. We just found that they were a little problematic, so we're bringing in some new people. They should be situated and arranged by next meeting. So let's go social justice.
Oh my god.
There was a thread. It was basically just insulting Nathan Domingo. And they're literally attacking each other in the thread because they make fun of his Nazi haircut. And they use a more PC term for retarded. Do you really just use that as a pejorative? Come on, bro.
Oh, I've seen that. That's funny.
You guys are retarded. They even eat their own when they're in agreement with that person.
Well, guys, I want to clue you in on a little something here, okay? This position comes with more than just monetary value, okay?
Is there
along with being recognized as a top percentile student leader on campus, the social justice advocate position will also be paid. So there you go. If you get the job, you will be recognized as a top percentile student leader on campus. But I'm going to go ahead and say that's bullshit because in the position requirements, it says that you have to have a minimum GPA of 2.5. Is that really top percentile? I don't know about that.
Oh, top percentile student leader? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
So, like, I guess just like a good student leader was what I'm getting from that. Not that you're a good student. You're a good student leader.
Well, of course. So important. But apparently the best they can do is 2.5. I don't know.
As long as these people go around with badges, preferably yellow 6-starred badges on their coats, I think as long as you know who they are, that would be best for everybody.
Yeah, I just, this whole thing is just, this thing should only be read in a Russian accent using the word comrade about every second sentence. Because this is just the worst. Can you imagine trying to go to a school where they have hired a small army of pissant, piece of shit social justice people to report on your goings and your comings and goings and what you say? And I mean, this is only going to be bad. I mean, can you imagine the stress on this, on living on this campus? What's that?
I just realized J.K. Rowling predicted the future. She wrote about this because, like, when Dolores Umbridge got to the school, she, like, did this on campus. Like, these students that were, like, had these badges, and they were, like, supposed to, like, tattle on other students. Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, my God.
I don't know much about Harry Potter.
How were they? They were the something. Weren't they an Inquisition force?
Something like that. They weren't prefects. They were something else. I forget. But it seems like now that I really think about it, it's like everything that J.K. Rowling was trying to paint in a negative light in her books is happening in real life, and people are just ignoring it. No, we saw an example of the thing that's bad. We don't like it. But here, let's allow it in real life. Pretty much like the exact same thing in real life.
Yeah,
that explains why Lacey Green is my Patronus. That makes sense now.
She's Matt's Patronus. Get real.
Welcome everyone again. This is our third meeting of the Social Justice Advocates crew. Go ahead and get some some herbal tea in the back. We also have organic hummus and ethically sourced egg salad. As you can see, we're still missing quite a few people. We did hire an additional 27 people, but we did have to let go 29. So there's just me and our social justice supervisor. So we're just going to go ahead and try to hire a few more people, but we're having a really hard time finding people who are not problematic.
Can we never do that voice again?
No, I'm fine. Come over to my channel. You can do that voice anytime you want because it's fucking hilarious. I want to hear that all the time.
Please.
I knew you had picked a good guess this week, Jay. I just knew it in my heart. My heart of hearts.
The heart of hearts. I feel special. Thank you.
So yeah, that story is insane. That story is absolutely insane. I mean, I've been out of school for a while, and I can't even imagine. If you would have, if I couldn't even have imagined something like this would be possible at school when I was in school, because it just seems incredibly insane. It seems like, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's McCarthyism, I guess, right? Trying to root out those.
No, because McCarthy never actually caught anybody.
These people.
They're gonna catch people.
Well, these people will
catch a motherfucker.
These people will. This system sounds like it is. I mean, there's not a lot of detail here, but the idea seems like it would be rife for abuse. You're paying some asshole with a superiority complex to go out and try to find these things. And if you're paying someone to look for something, you're paying them to get results. So
that's what it is. It's quota based.
Yeah, and I could see this happening as in, where they're making it up, just to have something to report or to, be a quote unquote hero or whatever.
Well, did you see there was a post the other day about construction? Like they're so conscientious now about their parties that they had a construction worker party. I guess a safe bet, like come dressed as a construction worker. And that was problematic.
So now you're going to have your party that makes fun of lower class workers, uneducated people, or just not as educated as you. That seems really problematic, Greg.
Construction workers not more educated? Fuck them.
Well, that's
most of the construction is Latino oriented, so that is appropriation.
Are immigrants coming to this country problematic for you because they have to work in construction and that's just not good enough for you? Is that what you're saying, Greg?
Oh my god.
The pirate is, I don't know what to say. Just say, get at that. I like it.
You drop into that. We're all a little too easy with your organic sourced eggplant and bullshit.
Well, I had to write it down prior because there's no way I could remember that shit. I don't even know if there are such things as ethically sourced eggs.
There are.
That voice fits with the rhino for some weird reason, so I really like it.
Well, the bow tie anyway.
I imagine the rhino has a very upscale British accent. Like
he needs glasses, like
from the 1800s. Oh, like the black rimmed lacy green glasses.
Yeah, but no, make them like a color. Make them like blue or red or something, because like they all got away from they have the exact same glasses, but now they have them in colored frames, so it looks even worse somehow.
Greg, I just have to tell you that you're really branching out there with those red black rimmed glasses. They're just great. It looks so good on you in red. All right,
but red triggers balls.
That's animal abuse.
What is the next topic?
Well,
Please, let's just run far and fast away from this.
Oh no, we're going from insanity to more insanity. So you guys may remember a little movement called the Civil Rights Movement back in the 60s. Where
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Where they fought to get rid of segregation. Well, you know what?
Oh yeah.
Segregation is back in vogue, and to get an example of that, we're going to go to Harvard. Yahoo News is reporting that Harvard is to hold a graduation ceremony for Black students only. And it says here, more than 170 students and 530 guests have signed up to attend the Black Commencement event, the first university-wide ceremony for Black students. The organizers say that the event is a celebration of fellowship rather than segregation, and highlights the unique achievements of Black students at an institution that has grappled with its historic ties to slavery.
And so how better to talk about this than a bunch of white people?
Yeah, but how again is this not segregation? I'm assuming that if it's a Black only commencement, that all other races would be excluded, and I don't know exactly how that is inclusive.
It's inclusive because it's all 170 Black folk, and they get to talk about how they're Black folk, so that's important.
What is the point of this? I mean, like, what is their goal with this?
Well, it says
to be Black folk.
The guy, let's see, Michael Higgins, a student who will receive a master's degree in public policy from Harvard School, blah 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 blah, told the Root that the ceremony is an opportunity to celebrate Harvard's Black excellence and Black brilliance. He stressed the event is not about segregation, but about building a community. This is a chance to reaffirm for each other that we enter the work world with a network of supporters standing with us. We are partners. I mean, I get having a community, that makes total sense, and trying to foster relationships within that community. I'm on board with that. I just don't understand why it's a why it would be a university sanctioned graduation that excludes all other races, instead of, hey, let's get together as a community and maybe we'll have a big party after or something like that. I don't quite understand why it has to be a university sponsored event. I don't get it.
Because there's a history of oppression based in Harvard that goes back just weeks and weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it's only the Black president came from Harvard, so they don't have a history of
doesn't
Black people.
Doesn't this stuff, I mean, when you're talking about grappling with slavery's been over for what, 150 some odd years? I mean, that's over. I mean, I understand that you had Jim Crow and stuff like that, but it seems for the most part that those systematic, they like to say, the social justice warriors love to say systematic, or what is systems of oppression. Those kind of things are over. Those don't really exist when you're talking about universities and government and things like that. There's a lot of individual racism, sure, that exists, I guess, around the country, but when you're talking about a massive conspiracy, I don't know that exists anymore.
Yeah, and it's interesting. What was it he said about community? It's like they want to see
building
like building a community of support.
Yeah.
But it's still a very exclusionary community of support. Like last I checked, I don't think I've heard of in my lifetime of students getting kicked out of graduation ceremonies or being excluded for being Black or for being non-white.
Or being excluded from universities at all. I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's
so
illegal.
so I don't understand where this this community of support doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, I'm sure that
hurts.
Okay, so look, there's always exceptions to the rule, of course, but you know, I think I talked about this maybe last time or the time before, where Morgan Freeman has that 60 Minutes interview with, I believe it was Mike Wallace, and he says, Mike Wallace asks him, well, how do we get rid of racism? He stop talking about it. I'm not gonna call you a white man. You're not gonna call me a black man. We're just men. We're just people. And you know, that's kind of it seems often that there are people there are people out there that are making this stuff much worse than it is, simply to gain something out of it.
And what is it to gain exactly?
Well, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, those guys have made careers on dividing people. They made millions of dollars.
This is true.
I mean, that's I guess what they would have. I guess interesting. So it says on May 23rd, Harvard University will also hold its 3rd annual graduation ceremony for students of Latin American descent. It doesn't say if it's exclusive or not, but you know, can you imagine the outrage if Harvard University held a separate graduation for students of Caucasian European descent?
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
That'd be racist.
Oh.
Hello? Does anyone hear me? I just busted.
Jesus,
yes. I'm sorry. Is my mic too loud? What's up?
Hey,
what
Mikey,
happened to our white only policy? Damn it, people!
What is going on here? We got everybody. Looks like we're having a second special guest. We've got biggest Mikey.
I'm sorry, man. I was sorry. I was offered a link, man. I wanted to see what you guys were talking about. This was pretty interesting, pretty exciting.
Well, no worries, man. We're glad to have you. We're just talking about Harvard. Harvard is holding a graduation.
You go ahead and say niggas is fucking up. Like I was
wondering if he's going to get to the black people. Was Brash going to say black people to the black guy?
Yes, of course.
We finally got our token black man.
I'm talking to another man. I don't need to. So yeah,
we were just addressing the colored people of colored.
The colored people of color who need their own section of they need their own commencement ceremony at Harvard. It's just like a series of just crazy bullshit that's been coming out within universities lately too. Like, man, y'all keep giving these crazy black kids a pass, and it's not helping them. I don't want to like bust off all you guys point. Like, I want to like veer off into your point or anything like that. But like, you also had like the news of like the Betsy DeVos commencement speech.
Vaguely, yeah.
I didn't hear hear that. What was it?
Did you not hear about that? Okay, like
No.
in some Florida university, Betsy DeVos, for some reason, I think Ashton Kutcher was behind this, decided to like make her give a commencement speech at this Florida university, and every black student there lost their fucking mind and started booing her down, and all decided to all get up and organize and like show their backs towards her. It was the most annoying, embarrassing shit, and it was top trending on Twitter. Jack Dorsey got rid of Comey firing for Betsy DeVos to be at the top trending. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And then I saw the video, and like so many left-wing rags were just like, man, those students, those black students at that university really stood up to the man, and that's what this is about. We need to resist.
Yeah, they sure accomplished a lot.
It's 112 days into the presidency.
it's going to be, just from the social justice standpoint, it's going to be a long 8 years.
Oh man, yeah. Hopefully, they can't take it, man. They
So,
need a Russian. Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Sorry.
I'd just be interested to hear more on what your take is on these, like they're doing the black students only graduation ceremony, and then they're also doing a Latin American people of Latin American descent only graduation. What are your thoughts on this segregation that is suddenly back in style?
Oh my god, this is just too funny right now. Like I hope they serve chips and salsa at the
This is only gonna work. It's only gonna work until they realize that there's a white only, because they took all the other ethnicities away.
And I'm telling you right now,
Wednesdays,
that's true.
Wednesday,
hey man.
black graduation, Thursday's the Latino graduation, Friday's the white, and they're like, wait a fucking minute.
No, man, I want to see that Asian graduation, man. That's what I want to see right now, because I expect gongs.
You can't,
Guys.
you can't have the Asian only, because then it would be like all the valedictorians and the magna cum laude, and it would all be at the same party, and you can't have that.
But here's the thing.
No, if I want to have an Asian graduation, Mortal Kombat better be happening. Like I'll watch that from the windows, okay? That's
racist.
Jay, that's actually a really good idea, a really good point you just made. Is
me?
When it gets to Friday,
and accident.
It's like 95% white students graduating. I can totally see Huffington Post, Slate, Salon, Vox, Vice, all
look at all the white people
their
graduating
heads
from
off
Harvard
about how it's a white supremacist university because they have a whites only graduation. It's like, bitch, you just had your other graduations and took all the other students out. What do you want? But I can see that.
Hashtag Harvard so white.
Oh please, Jesus.
I can definitely see that happening. Just brother, what a joke.
I just got done telling my roommate that like there's one thing that's I think maybe worse than quote unquote institutional racism, and I think it's probably institutionalized white guilt. Like how everyone just feel like, listen, we don't want to make these people mad, not them. Let them have their graduation. Yes, it'll make them feel success, and then it'd be like a part of a little experiment and see where everyone is at like 4 years later after they graduate.
It kind of smacks of the bigotry of low expectations. Is what it, you know.
Because it's a graduation, it's like it's actually the
well, I understand, but that because like what Mikey was saying, like let them have their own graduation. It's you know what I mean. It's the because the Harvard, the board is probably mostly white. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we were suffering from that when I started in college. When I started at the University of Michigan, we had an insane amount of black students at U of M, and that lasted the first 3 weeks. But surely they dropped out, they quit, they went away, they didn't succeed like they should have, and they were mostly on scholarships or some sort of quota basis. And by the end of the quarter, the first semester, we were down to a regular, less than 10% of the population of the students were black. They started at like 30, but slowly weaned their way down, and that's students who otherwise any other color who would have stayed at university until you brought in the bigotry of low expectations, where you changed. Like administration used to have a high score with your final exams and your SATs and your ACTs and volunteer work and this, that, and the other thing just to get into a quality school. Yeah. Suddenly, your 1,500 on your SATs were now equal to being black. college transcripts or your high school transcripts were now not taken into account because racist to qualify that. And yeah, you end up suffering by not having the different class graduations, because one, like after the first semester and you move into the second half of the school year and past the second semester, you then have to bring in all these students who didn't qualify at the first half, and it's all.
But see, you're missing a component here, Jay. You see, I think this is all part of the white supremacy conspiracy in the country, because these programs allow industrious white people to get scholarships that are meant for the black community. So if you're a Rachel Dolezal, if you're a Sean King, you can just pretend and you can get a great education paid for, no problem.
Or a Pocahontas.
Hey man, there are people out there that literally make themselves blind just to get on that oppression status, man. So
oh yeah, have you guys heard of the is it trans-ableist?
Yeah.
Like there's this lady that blinded herself with chemicals because she
had help from her therapist
as blind. Oh, it's true, she did. And there's another guy, I think, that like sawed his leg off. It's totally insane. What it's people clearly with mental issues, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to,
I was born with an extra leg.
Actually,
legs. No, I have 2 legs, but what's extra?
I'd like to hear Based Mama's thoughts on this whole graduation debacle.
I totally think that there should be a white nationalism, ethnicity, Slavic only graduation ceremony.
Oh,
I think that's a fair compromise here.
Well, they could serve 1488 milk at the.
Look, Slavs only. No, any fucking Irish or English or any of you dirty nit or whatever you call them. Only Slavs.
Keynote
in particular.
I think keynote speakers should be Mike Anglin and Richard Spencer also. That would be great.
No, because Spencer,
so we have the Taco Tuesday graduation.
Slav.
What's that?
I don't think he's a Slav, Richard Spencer. No. He would not be welcome. He'd be welcomed at the English one, probably, or the German.
Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, Spencer's not a Slavic name. I'm sorry, no. I'd shoot him on sight. That's what would happen there.
All right.
Honestly, I came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling so attacked right now, Based Mama.
But you're not Irish or English. You're Kekistani. So
no, that's cool. True. We see the nice thing about what people don't understand about the nation of Kekistan is that the Kekistani flag unites like-minded people.
Can I stop you?
Shut up, Brash.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I sent Jay a story about this, actually.
Oh, okay.
About the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Oh, the hate. Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know how to get it to you. The Southern Poverty Law Center denounced Kekistan as a hate movement. They're like, but we're not a movement. We're an ethnicity. Yep.
What I love about the Kekistani flag is that it's an ethnicity that can be of any ethnicity that unites people of all ethnicities under a common schools of thought, I guess.
It's ethnic background. You don't take this from us and make it an ideology. It's an ethnic background.
True.
It just comes in a lot of colors. That's all.
That's right. A non-discriminatory hate movement.
Oh my God!
You can buy
the title. The title of this.
I have one.
The title of this is "What the Keck: Explaining the Alt-Right Deity Behind Their Meme Magic."
Oh, that's a hilarious title.
I always feel when you come over to somebody's house, you should bring a housewarming gift or something else. I can't bring you wine, so I bring you keks.
That is amazing. Okay, I'm pulling this up. Okay, here we go.
Send it to you guys.
A satirical religion with a frog-headed god has become a favorite new way for white nationalists to troll liberals while spreading their meme-driven strategy. God, they are giving us way too much credit.
Do you guys know where the original KEK came from? Kek, the origination of it.
Yeah, it's the god Kek. He's Egyptian. Right?
No, it ended up being the god Kek.
It's World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, LOL Kek.
Yeah.
K-E-K.
Well, it's LOL is in Korean is KEK.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So our Kek started in a white nationalist Korean chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And from there, because it's so white nationalist, we adopted from the Asians.
Okay, this is really fun stuff, guys. This reads like a comedy piece. I swear to God, I feel like I'm reading The Onion here.
I know, like that's what makes it so funny is you're not even sure if it's Poe or no. Like it's such a gamble now.
Well, it's okay. Second paragraph. Kek in the alt-right's telling is the deity of the semi-ironic religion, quote unquote, the white nationalist movement has created for itself online. If by white national movement you mean a bunch of assholes on 4chan, you are correct.
I'm a white nationalist now. Yep.
Partly for amusement, as a way to troll liberals and self-righteous conservatives, and to make a kind of political point. He is the god of chaos and darkness. Oh my God, this is amazing. With the head of a frog, the source of their mimetic, quote-unquote, magic, to whom the alt-right and Donald owe their success. What? It's amazing.
It's a white nationalist movement.
Oh, I've got tears
I
in my
already have
eyes.
to fake news these people. He doesn't have the head of a frog. He is a frog, you goddamn idiots.
No, you gotta really think about the person in their cubicle or at their house actually writing this article down, and like how they documented everything that they saw so far. Probably they were like an undercover shitlord on Twitter. They just made a fake account. They started following all like the most fashy people online. They were just like, okay, who's the guy that punched Moldy Locks? It's like, what are these guys like? This Kek, and they like he it's like he writes a report. He writes an article, sort of describing.
Yeah, it's like
Kekistan, but like not quite accurately. Right? What's up?
It's got like two things right.
Yeah, the names.
Yeah.
A couple words.
You're a white nationalist now, Mikey. Sorry, bro.
What's that?
You're a white nationalist now. We all are.
Oh, shit.
Mikey, you've been a white nationalist for quite some time now. I hope you know that.
Oh, well, what can I say,
Okay, so...
No, the Nogs would call him an Uncle Tom and a coon.
Do you guys remember that YouTube... Have you guys seen that YouTube clip where there's those two CNN anchors, I think it was CNN, and they're like, who is this 4chan? What do we know about him?
Oh, yeah, the hacker known as 4chan.
So funny. The infamous hacker known as 4chan.
The funniest thing to me has been Sam Hyde. The Sam Hyde meme, it's made it onto CNN so many times. It's been like, this dude has been terrorizing the world for 10 years and nobody caught on.
Amazing.
That shooting at the Muslim the mosque in Canada got Mathieu Fournier.
Oh my
God, guys! Oh my God! Okay, I just read further down. I just read further down here. Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh!
The Lifetime original movie of Kekistan. Jesus Christ!
Okay, this is amazing. Constructed to reflect alt-right politics, the online acolytes of this religion in short order constructed a whole panoply of artifacts of the satirical church, including a detailed theology, discussions about creating meme magic, books and audio tapes, even a common prayer. They have a prayer. Get ready, buckle in. Our Keck, who are
that is not no. I'm going to stop you right there because this pissed me off. That is not the Hail Pepe.
Well, of course not, but this is what they are reporting it as.
Jesus.
So here we go. Our Keck, who art in mematics, hallowed be thy memes. Thy Trumpdom come, thy will be done in real life as it is on poll. Give us this day our daily dubs, and forgive us of our baiting, as we forgive those who bait against us. And lead us not into cuckoldry, but deliver us from shills. For thine is a mematic kingdom, and the shit posting, and the winning forever and ever. Praise Keck.
Praise Keck.
So good. I can't believe. I cannot believe
this sounds terrible. That's like the first time I've ever heard that ever from anywhere.
Me too. And I've been to that church like 3 times, just not during mass apparently.
I can't believe that this is a serious article pretending to be about a serious issue like that. This is blowing my mind.
And you said Southern Poverty
prayers.
This is on the Southern Poverty
Yeah, from our website, man.
Website. This is under Hate Watch 2017.
Oh my God! They say Kukistan. Can I read the next paragraph?
Yeah, please go for it.
Kukistan?
Yes, they do. Okay, Keck adherents created a whole cultural mythology around the idea, describing an ancient kingdom called Kekistan that was eventually overwhelmed by Normistan and Kukistan. They created not only a logo representing Keck, 4K surrounding an E, but promptly deployed it on a green and black banner, which they call the national flag of Kekistan. The banner's design, in fact, perfectly mimics a German Nazi war flag, with the Keck logo replacing the swastika and the green replacing the infamous German red. Alt-writers are particularly fond of the way the banner trolls liberals who recognize its origins.
So good. This is so good.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna tag you with the Hail Pepe.
Oh my God.
So you can see it.
I'm not reading.
So am I a Nazi for having a Kekistan flag phone case?
Of course you are.
God
damn it. Yeah, that's why you're a Nazi.
I'm buying a Kekistan flag from Amazon tomorrow. Like, this is happening.
I'm thinking I'm going to do the same. What just kills me about this?
Your stars and bars, Mikey.
What's that?
You should support the Kekistan shops, though. They're the original guys who made it.
I wish I had a Kekistan fucking cape. I will go to the grocery store with it on.
What's amazing about this is
this is 6'5".
They are doing this like this quote unquote fact-based report on a joke. On a joke. This is made as a joke to get people to become upset. There is no greater punchline to this joke than this fucking article. It is the best. This is the best possible timeline where this is the punchline.
I'm gonna plaster this all over my Facebook page, so all the normies that try to try to convince me that Russia is behind everything wrong in this country, that they need to see this, because this is unreal right now. Like,
this is so funny.
They keep
Mikey. When are you?
Oh my God! They keep going that it's like an alt-right conspiracy. Holy shit!
Man, it's white boys on their phones, man.
That's all it is. It's a bunch of nerds sitting around going, "Hey, how can we piss these people off, make them look like fools, and get a bunch of kecks?" Like, that's it. That's it.
Half of them.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The first comment is Chatelet Brothers praise Keck.
That's awesome.
They even infiltrated the article. Oh my
All right. We got the actual Hail Pepe right here.
Okay, go for it. Read it.
All right. Hail Pepe, full of dank. Yay! Hail Pepe, full of dank. Our keck is with Ree. Blessed art thou amongst shitlord, and blessed are the memes of our womb.
Jesus Christ.
Chatelet. Holy Pep, rarest of memes. Pray for the normies, now and at the hour of their death. Feels good, man.
Thank Mad Woman Muses because she wrote that shit.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
Actually, I think her and former Reformer King actually put it together. We were on a stream. I have my second channel is the Temple of Keck. So you guys can come along on Fridays if you want, if you're into it.
oh man,
I will be filming my next episode of recording my next episode of the podcast with my roommate. What time will you guys be doing it though?
I usually do it at about
What's
5
your
o'clock.
time zone? That'll help.
Pacific.
Fuck, I've never even heard of that before. Hold up. Like, what's...
PST,
It's West
3
Coast.
hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, fuck it. Whatever. Sorry, I fucked up.
Okay, guys, we are going to move on, and I think Base Mama's got a lot to say on this one as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next topic. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. This one is also a joke, perpetrated by the AP, except they don't know that they're perpetrating a joke. So the headline is Dakota Access Pipeline leaked 84 gallons of oil in April.
Shit.
Bismarck, North Dakota.
Fuck.
The Dakota Access Pipeline leaked 84 gallons of oil in South Dakota early last month, which an American Indian tribe says bolsters its argument that the pipeline jeopardizes its water supply and deserves further environmental review.
You look like
He literally leaked into a bucket.
You sound like a cross between Megatron and Jake Uger from the Young Turks.
Thank
You
you.
do.
Except if I were doing
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. 84 gallons spilled on the ground. This is bullshit. Okay.
Into a bucket. Into a bucket.
Wait, say what?
It was into a bucket. They
Yeah.
they knew it was happening. They caught it, but there is spills because they had to switch buckets, and
Basically,
84 gallons is a lot for buckets.
This is a pretty interesting article just with the way it's put together, because it kind of divides it into, okay, well, the guys at the environmental let's see, or with the agency, can't remember which agency here it was saying. Environmental and Natural Resources. So the agency for South Dakota, I think, he basically says, is pretty small, and we got it. We didn't even report it because it was basically a non-issue. So to give you some perspective, this is the first thing I want to do. To give you some perspective on how large this spill is. First of all, the oil industry does not measure oil in gallons. Do you know what they measure it in barrels? Do you know what this adds up to in barrels? About 2. So if the AP
I thought they were 100-gallon barrels.
Okay, so
55
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, so what would that be? Yeah, so about a little less than two barrels, right?
So 1.5, yeah.
But let me read the headline again and tell me if it has the same impact as the actual headline. Dakota Access Pipeline leaked 2 barrels of oil. 2, as opposed to 84 gallons. So, go ahead. Go, Jay.
Oh my god.
It's like 1.5 million barrels a month, and they drop 2. Even if you
go ahead.
To lift up 55-gallon drums of oil and ship them from one spot to another, you're gonna drop more than 2.
Oh yeah,
2 gallons of milk.
Yeah, I mean,
in a year,
just
going out everywhere, and I wanted that milk.
The diesel tank.
Brand.
Yeah, no kidding. The diesel tank on trucks that transport stuff that that get in wrecks on a daily basis, that spill fuel on a daily basis, hold more than 84 gallons. Okay, so we're talking a minuscule spill, and when you look at the math, it's about okay. So the Dakota Access Pipeline moves about 14.1 million gallons in April.
Barrels.
That's how much they moved in April. Okay,
barrels or gallons?
Gallons. So 84 gallons out of 14.1 million works out to about 0.0006%. It might be 4 zeros. I'm having a hard time remembering right now. But yeah, it's so minuscule.
Three zeros.
Okay, yeah, it's so minuscule that it's basically a non-issue. And this guy, he must have been just so irritated. He's like, yeah, we realize Dakota Access gets a lot of attention. We also try to treat all of our spills in a consistent manner. We treated this as we would any other 84 gallon spill. He said that there was no threat. He said there was no such threat with the Dakota Access leak, which happened nearly 100 miles east of the Missouri River's Lake Oka Reservoir. So it happened 100 miles away from any major public water thing. But oh no, it's going to contaminate the water and we're all going to die.
That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. I don't even know why I know why they're writing the article. Let me get this let me get down to why they're writing it, because they have a couple of smaller paragraphs with this guy, and then the rest of the article is all the sky is falling, everyone's going to die, etc. Okay, so
it's always with those hyperbolic headlines, like how they sell it too,
Of course, yeah.
But you're going to sell a story that's supposed to appeal to your average anti-science, anti-data, anti-rationale lefty. He's going to read 80 gallons or whatever the fuck is just like, oh, what the hell? I told you, fucking Trump, resist! It's the same.
Yeah.
Over again.
Yeah, he's reading. This guy reads the headline, and look, 84 gallons of milk. If you were to put 84 gallons of 1488 milk out on your lawn, that's a lot of milk, right? That's what people know. They know a gallon. Oh wow, a gallon of milk's a lot. Or a tank of gas. Wow, that's a lot of that's a lot of gallons or whatever, right? So 84 gallons is way bigger than most people's gas tanks. So they're thinking, my God, what a huge. So, you got some idiot social justice college student on the University of Arizona campus putting in his application to be a social justice snitch. And he's going, my God, 84 gallons is massive. It's going to kill a bunch of people or something like that, right?
You're a sad motherfucker when you got a virtue signal to ducks. Right? Like that. You're sitting there just like, man, I saw a video of a platypus getting his feet stuck in those little soda ring can things.
That's pretty great. Okay, so after the couple of paragraphs or 3-4 paragraphs, smaller paragraphs of this guy basically going like, this is tiny, man. It is cleaned up very professionally. We didn't even cite him. That's how much of a non-issue this was. He says, so it says, the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, which was the initial plaintiff in the lawsuit, said the leak proves that the pipeline is a threat to its water and cultural sites. These spills are going to be non-stop. Tribal Chairman Dave Archambault, I don't know.
Something Indian.
No, it doesn't sound like it, but
Southern, not red dot.
With 1,200 miles of pipeline, spills are going to happen. Nobody listened to us. Nobody wants to listen because they are driven
by money and greed.
Tribal attorney.
I feel like I just watched a trailer for a show on TNT or something.
coming soon to HBO. Tribal attorney Jan Hasselman said the leaks show the need for more environmental study of the pipeline, which will move oil, blah, 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 blah. Stayed in the... Okay. Spokesman Vicky Garando for the Energy Transfer Partners said that the spilled oil stayed in the containment area as designed. So it didn't even spill on the ground. It stayed. It was in a containment
area. You mean
area.
it spilled in that area where they have it all made like ready to,
to contain the oil in case there's a spill? Yeah. So basically, it was fine.
Basically, nothing happened.
It wasn't like a wild spill in like an area of the pipeline. It was, they were opening up a new section that could have spills, and they were ready, and it did spill 84 fucking gallons.
That got nowhere near anybody.
I love it so much.
Literally a cup on the ground, and they're like, "Hey, that cup's filling up. We got to spill."
Oh yeah,
like, okay, let's go over the cup.
Hey,
they're like, shut it down, and it took 84 gallons to shut it down.
Hey, hey, Bill. This is Dave. This is Dave down by the spill station, and we just had a little bit of spill. Would you mind just sending somebody down here, and we'll just mop this up real quick? Like that's basically,
and it would have been less.
All the drama that occurred with this spill.
Do you realize
we're talking about containment area?
And you said like, "Hey, like 4 times. Hey, hey, hey."
But you're appropriating my culture now. I'm gonna have to scalp you.
I apologize.
Whoa, what?
I gotta do it, man. It's my culture, and then I gotta eat your heart when I'm done scalping you. But I gotta do it while you're still alive. Because them's the rule.
Scalping came from the French, actually.
Okay, we can appropriate cultures. You can't.
We can appropriate cultures. I love it.
We're minorities. We can do whatever we want.
Except domestic.
Of cultural appropriation, people. I'm all for it. Used to not be a problem.
Yeah, it's not. They act like, all the social justice people act like cultural appropriation is something new.
Yeah,
that's just how it's been. Before it was cultural appropriation, it was just called cultures sharing with one another. Like, that's what it was called.
That's like all of Korea.
Or just cultural appreciation. You investigate it, you enjoyed it, you explored it.
It's like when wheat was introduced to the Americas. It's like, oh, hey, wheat's a good idea. That's a really good idea. We'll take that.
Thanksgiving. It's cultural appropriation.
Oh, guys.
Like China's or Japan's biggest export isn't kimonos and fans.
Oh God!
Like you buy our kimono, you buy our fan, you good boy. They're selling.
Did you hear about there was the museum or something in Boston, or no, it was the Japanese Cultural Center in Boston. Had a Japanese culture day at the center, and people were wearing kimonos, and these social justice people came and they were protesting non-Japanese people wearing kimonos. And then I think it was somebody that worked there, or I can't remember, it was a while ago, it just made me laugh. But they're like, we like it when people wear kimonos, and we like it when they want to, appreciate our culture. We're not really sure what is going on with these people.
They were protesting weeaboos, basically.
They were protesting Japanese people holding a Japanese cultural celebration because they were allowing non-Japanese people to enjoy Japanese culture.
That is insane.
All right.
I have an update to the Lacey Green thing.
Oh shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Steve Shives responded. I sent it to Based Mama from my alternate account because I'm blocked by Steve Shives. But
Thank you,
Lacey, you're welcome. Steve Shives wrote a tweet that said, "I don't want to make friends with anti-feminists. Far more productive to friend someone at YouTube who could delete all their channels." And then Lacey Green quoted it and responded, "Nobody needs to be friends with anyone else, okay? But it's pretty alarming to frame political censorship and thought policing as productive."
Wow.
And he responds with, I'm not advocating political censorship. I'm advocating not wasting time making nice with abusive, dishonest, opportunistic people. And she said, abuse is one thing, but banning channels you disagree with is political censorship. A level of civility is necessary to understand each other. Boom! I'm fucking blown away right now.
All I can say is this: is there anything Trump can't do?
I know. Like, you know what?
From red pilling Lacey Green to causing Lena Dunham to lose 20 pounds. He's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
She still looks like a fat cow, though. I don't care. She can lose all the weight she wants to. It's her face.
Off of Twitter, and that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen ever in my life. Have you heard about it was trending for like a little while. Like Donald Trump quoted a tweet from Rosie O'Donnell back from December.
Oh yeah, that was so good today.
That said, "Fire Comey," and then Donald Trump quoted the tweet and says, "I'm glad we agree on something, Rosie."
It's pretty great.
Oh,
it's pretty great. That was who's the English guy on InfoWars? Blinking his name.
Joseph Watson.
Yeah. So Paul tweeted out something like, "Hey, the Trump that we all fell in love with is back." I'm like, "Yeah, that's good."
We're all back on the Trump train.
Okay, guys, just to close out the pipeline thing, I want you guys to give me your best guess as to how many miles of pipeline we have in the United States.
Oh man, 8,000.
Over
9,000. That'd be like three trips back and forth. 1,000 miles.
1,000?
55,000.
Okay. Well, there are approximately 72,000 miles of crude oil lines in the U.S. Now, here's the thing. The Dakota is one of the newer ones, right? And these guys are screaming that it's going to destroy their land, kill their, destroy the water supply, kill the people, right? So that there's 72,000 miles of crude oil lines, and I bet a lot of those are more than 20 or 30 years old. And you know what?
I also have
we're okay. Everybody's okay. Sometimes there's a leak. Sometimes there's even a serious leak. But you know what? They have technology to clean that stuff up. So I don't think anybody's going to die off the Dakota pipeline. I think what they're going to die of out there is the 72,000 metric tons of trash they left behind from their protest and the multiple dead bodies buried therein.
Yeah. Dan Irish has been hassling me on Twitter, so I have to let's stop having live viewers. Can we do that? A oil barrel is 42 US gallons. 55-gallon drums are just 55-gallon drums, but apparently there was an agreement made. 42 gallons is the size, so it's exactly 2 gallons or 2 barrels. Happy Dan, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, Dan, why don't you leave us alone?
You're just so mean.
Dan, in the chat on the video, Dan just typed, "Matt has a boner," because we were talking about Lacey Green.
Yeah, Matt quoted her earlier tweet and was like, "Welcome. We have the dankest memes," or something like that.
By any means necessary. Let's shut it down, man.
Matt and I had a very awkward conversation about the Blair White Lacey Green, the white versus green debate, and there was some god awful references of erectile.
Were you guys having some really awkward boners while you were?
The term awkward boners erection ever. Like, are you turned on or off or what? Like, I watched it and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh no, this was beforehand. This was beforehand.
So you were discussing your erection game beforehand? Is what I'm understanding from you.
It's a fantasy.
Yeah. I like it so much more now for some reason.
We have a love of
pretty
Lacey
good joy boner. She's got a nice rack. That's what I give her.
Who's got a nice rack?
Lacey Green.
Oh.
Oh.
I have a thing for potatoes, and Matt loves the retards, so there's that.
What?
What has happened to this?
What's our next topic?
Our last topic. And
So finally freeing Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson. So for those who may not know, Tommy had the British SWAT team, or equivalent thereof, come into his home at 4:00 in the morning, take him away in cuffs and take him to jail, basically for nothing. He was reporting on I believe a trial that happened where a young woman was raped by some very bad people who also happened to be refugees, I believe. And so the police were pretty perturbed.
Don't you mean Amish?
Yes, Amish. And Amish refugees. And they took him to jail for it. Luckily, their attorneys were able to get him out within, I think, 12 or 13 hours. But he's not allowed to talk about what he basically, there's an injunction against him and the rebel from reporting on the details of the case. So he's not able to talk about it until, I'm not sure if it's until the hearing or if it's until it's resolved. But
someone commented it's to keep him quiet while a huge rape case involving a bunch of Islamic fucks goes on.
Well, that's definitely
Yeah, I believe it was the girl. She had gone to ask directions. She was pretty hammered. She wasn't quite aware of herself, and she went into the place to ask for directions. And I don't know how the situation devolved into that, but she ended up getting gang raped by 4 guys in the back room.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So that's what the trial is for. And if I'm remembering correctly, because I had it a little bit wrong in my video, and somebody sent me a link that there's like confusion about whether the chick was into it or not, and I really can't say one way or the other. I don't like believe rape claims just because somebody makes them. I don't listen and believe. But it seems like it's a little bit too intense, and as reticent as they are to prosecute in the first place, it makes me, there's got to be, extenuating circumstances that would make them believe that this was definitely a rape. You know what I mean?
Well, and what's interesting is, I like to play these little thought experiments. They're just simple, but do you guys think that Tommy would have been arrested if he had taken the same action while reporting on a trial involving a group of native Englishmen who had assaulted a refugee girl?
Oh, that's actually that's a poor comparison, because Tommy he is really hated for what he's done and what he is doing, and the book he put out. Mm-hmm. So I think he in particular would have.
You're breaking up, Jay.
Had this man.
Jay, we can't hear a word. We can't hear a word that you're saying.
How about now?
Nope. Okay. Well, let me rephrase. So if just another journalist was reporting on a case with opposites, no way that person would be arrested. No way in hell, because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah.
But see, I think Tommy got arrested because he's Tommy Robinson.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because he wasn't the only person there, so he wasn't the only reporter there. That's why I was like, that seems fishy to me,
This also isn't the first time it's happened. I've seen videos in the past where like his wife would be like holding like a cell phone cam, and while police will straight up walk into his home, and he's like having shout fits, and they like force him down in handcuffs and shit like that. It's pretty crazy, man. I feel bad for this guy. Like,
Back.
yeah,
You're back.
we hear you.
Well, Tommy is pushing the Justice for Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah.
another story that we can cover really quickly. She woke up in a stranger's bedroom after basically being date rape drugged using Rohypnol, and managed to repeatedly fight off multiple little and made her way out into the street, where she was eventually freed. But she repeatedly fought off multiple at different points, like at the door, at the front of the house. When she was outside, they tried to drag her back in.
Wow.
Not just emergency sex, which is for somehow they're letting that pass. She was chemically drugged and then repeatedly assaulted, and no one's bringing any attention to that besides the Rebel backed by Tommy Robinson. So that's no matter what, Tommy Robinson gets arrested for whatever he does, which is why it would be different if it was somebody else as opposed to Tommy, who is got his teeth knocked out in prison. So that beautiful grill he has isn't his native teeth.
I get your point now, Jay. Have you guys been watching the Rebel videos where Tommy does troll watch?
Oh yeah, those are
God,
pretty,
yes.
those are pretty hard hitting.
Why don't you break those down for us, Mikey, real quick?
Okay, well, basically, I guess you can just see Tommy Robinson. He's with his camera crew. He can, microphone in hand. He's just like say, "Hey, we're gonna go to these places where these people had made like inflammatory, comments or made like death threats to me or something like that, or
not just inflammatory." Incorrect, false stuff.
That true. Yeah. Inflammatory, false, very bad fake news, and even death threats. Threatening to kick the shit out of them if they saw him, like in a public area. And he actually goes up and confronts these people. Like,
I love it.
It's amazing. I kind of had like wavering attitudes towards like all three of them that happened so far. The first one was just this kid who was just tweeting like fucked up shit to him, and then the third one happened at that one news place where I think where it got really heated, where it had like the split screen camera view, where you saw like he was trying to like corner this journalist that wrote a piece on him saying that he was a white supremacist. Yeah. And he kept like rushing through the guys. It's the third troll watch video, and it's pretty crazy. It gets insane.
Oh yeah. Damn, what's the name of that company?
Quilliam. And it's
Quilliam with the
it's owned by Majid Nawaz. He's like the head premier, like I guess like trying to like reformist Muslim.
Yeah, he's a reformist. He's a man with a pipe dream, is what he is. But later,
and he said like I will threaten to he's on multiple occasions said like I'm not very fond at all of this Tommy Robinson guy, and I'll threaten legal action for what he did when he like decided to just do yellow journalism on the grounds of my newspaper place. Like, that's fucked up.
What is yellow journalism? Like, everybody's saying this. To me, it would be like, I'm not going to get anywhere near the actual story journalism.
Pretty much,
yellow.
Yeah.
So how is Tommy yellow for getting right up in the shit? Like, okay, let's fucking do it then.
I don't know. Majid has a really weird philosophy where, like, he'll condemn the acts of, like, extremist Muslims, but also, like, empathize with extremist acts done by Muslims.
Yeah, well, he's still a Muslim.
Yeah.
Fulham is a London-based left-of-center think tank that focuses on counter-extremism, specifically against Islamism, which it argues represents a desire to impose a given interpretation of Islam on society. So there are Islamists. They're just toning themselves away from the extremists by being equally extreme.
That's nice.
Yeah, kind of.
Total of 10 employees.
Yeah.
What's interesting about those videos, especially ones with the reporter, reporters is the absolute look of shock on their faces that someone that they wrote things that weren't true about decided to come to their office and call them on it. Super, super great stuff.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. That's shit I would do. Because I'll tell you the truth. What I say online is probably nicer than I say to your face, and I think that he's a lot like that, where he's a lot more controlled, like on Twitter and stuff. He is much more controlled online or in writing than he is in real life, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's entertaining for us, but probably not that good for him.
No, hell no. Man.
Well, he gets kicked out of. Yeah, I mean, his life is. He gets kicked out of pubs constantly just for being in them, and like what could happen. So they exclude him from shit. Like he's not even allowed in his hometown. I don't think.
Not even just him. It's just like his family had to like seriously suffer from that. Man, having your kids picked on by other kids because of your dad. Like,
yeah, and Tommy is not. Like, you know, he's labeled white supremacist or racist, etc. And he asked these people straight up, "What have I said that's racist? What have I done that leads you to believe that I'm a white supremacist?" And they can't point to anything other than
we have Mikey in chat.
Well, he's a suspected white supremacist, as Daryl Jenkins would say.
Oh fuck yeah, man! I would love to get a big Godzilla style fight with that guy.
I would pay money to see that.
I have to fake news you, Brash.
Oh really?
Tariq Nasheed said that.
Oh, you're right. No, I think Daryl does say suspected white supremacist, doesn't he?
What's up?
Not enough for it to be a meme. That's Tariq Nasheed.
Okay. Well, you know what? I bet Mikey could take both of those guys at the same time.
No, I don't know about Tariq Nasheed, man. I think his troll level is like on 1,000. He's like, oh man.
You see him pay off some black guy.
What's that? Yeah, I saw that.
He is a troll.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Tariq Nasheed gave some black guy $20. I think Tariq Nasheed was made, dude. Like, I can't. I think he's a hell of a hustler. I think he's a raging asshole, but like he makes me laugh sometimes. It's like his tweets are just so far left. I'm just like, wow, you will really make a mountain out of a molehill or anything. He will have a tweet that says BET is a white supremacist organization.
Owned by a white guy now?
I don't know. Probably it is now. That's probably what he'll ultimately lead him to say something crazy like that.
Tariq Nasheed, the man I hate for the content of his character, not the color of his skin.
Oh my gosh, guys! So
both fuck them.
Oh yeah, they're bad, guys. So one of our live listeners, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Zafan 6669. I'm gonna send you guys. Okay, so check out his picture he just sent of his setup at home. It is Kekistani pride.
Kekistani pride
to the best. Yeah, he just tweeted it out to me. I'll tag you guys in it.
Okay.
It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
I am waiting.
Working on it here, Jay.
Nothing like dead air. That's good for the old broadcast.
Right? Well, I'm sorry. It's just very noisy over here.
Okay,
you're fine.
I just tweeted it out to you guys. It's amazing. He's got four monitors, two
Holy
flags.
Shit.
Look at that.
I love this guy.
Does that just not take your breath away?
Oh, wow.
I'm so jealous.
Oh,
I'm so jealous of this man right now.
Oh, look at this. I have to show my roommates this. Look at this shit.
It's incredible.
He just couldn't stop.
No, he couldn't. This is amazing. This is angelic.
Oh my
Is it like
gosh,
the
you guys.
prettiest thing you've ever seen?
Oh my god!
It is about the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
If I saw that in person, I'd cry and cut myself. Like,
I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. So beautiful.
You guys
So-
don't all have porn setups like this?
So beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I love
This
this so much right now.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at those monitors. They're all Kekistani flags.
This is literally what my
Oh,
Weeble
God.
room looks like.
oh god!
Look at the Kekistani flags. Oh my god.
Look at all the Rockstar logos.
Look at all the Rockstar logos.
Oh my! This is going to be my own fucking background desktop background. I'm stealing this.
That's a good idea. You know what? I think I'm gonna use that for the thumbnail.
That's fucking crazy.
Please,
Definitely,
yes.
Definitely
Oh my
gonna be using that
God.
for the thumbnail.
Why did you tag Pole News Network with this, man?
Oh, that's a good idea. Somebody do that real quick.
I'll do that
Yeah,
right now.
Fan News Network too. They're really good.
Jesus. Oh my
That's
God.
legendary. That is legendary.
That made
My
my
setup
day.
pales in comparison. Pales. So
That's pretty nice. Okay, I sent it out. I did my due diligence. Oh, that was beautiful.
Why do,
he just
why do we
messages.
care?
He said, "Greasy, prepare your ass to see what it all does." Oh, now I'm really
that's-
interested.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm rather concerned. I don't
Here,
want
I'm
to prepare my ass for anything.
I'm gonna bring this up on the screen real quick so people watching may be able to see it. Let me find it here.
People watching, there's one guy besides the other guy, and then us.
Oh my God. This guy's set up.
Okay.
I just have my phone. I'm super jealous.
I know.
Jesus.
It's all that privilege, man. I want some of it. You have to give it to me. I will tweet and bitch.
Oh my God.
All right, bringing it up here on the screen for all to enjoy. Look at that. That is absolutely incredible.
God, what do the kids say these days? It's hip. It's hip, hip, hip.
I heard lit once, and this seems to be lit.
Oh yes.
That's a very good point.
Shit's lit as fuck. What?
Yes.
Oh, checking the tabs, Daryl Lamont Jenkins style. What the fuck? Oh, nothing.
Okay. No X hamster link or nothing. That's good.
Ex hamster?
White Girls Gangbang Part 4.
There were three
my
more
God.
that were just stickier.
Yeah, man, that was insane. I don't see how you screw that up that bad. I mean, you have to be an idiot to
What
play
the fuck?
porn at your news conference.
Oh, that line just like, what the hell?
He's like, I don't know how that got there.
All right. I know.
This is my work PC. I don't...
Oh, we got another tweet. What in the heck?
I'm gonna send this to my boyfriend and be like, this is the setup I want. Give it to me. He's a big computer guy too.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I can't get over that. The whole Chatelet setup.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? Hold up. Wait, there's more? Oh. Hold up.
Yes,
I got
there is
I got
more.
tagged into another tweet with this guy. Hold on. I'm gonna tag you guys all into it.
Okay.
Mm,
Dead airtime is best airtime.
Oh wow, that is a
Starts
very nice setup.
talking, motherfucker.
Well, I don't know, we had a listener like just blow our freaking minds right now.
I know
I
that's
don't
too
think
much.
that happens.
I
I don't think that's ever happened.
All right, check now.
Okay.
There we go.
That's too much privilege.
There we go. There we go. Too much privilege.
Oh, he already tagged me in that one.
Oh, still, it's whatever. It's nice. This is too much.
Yeah.
God, I hope there's not like a fire or anything.
I don't know. I'm pretty
All
fucking
right, there
jealous.
we
I'm
go.
kinda hoping there is a fire.
That is a hell of a nice setup. All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing that stuff.
Zafan 69. Fuck it. I'm gonna follow this guy.
669.
Yeah, I already hit him up with the follow.
Fuck it. Hey,
Same. Yeah.
He deserves it after this excellent work.
yeah, pretty much. Dude's an artist.
So, yes, he is. He you know what? I bet you he's like an imam of Kekistani. Kekistan. He's like a Kekistan.
I would
He's a
not doubt it.
Kekistani imam of the religion of Kek.
Praise be unto him.
Supreme.
I love how we have imams, but like all of our prayers are Catholic.
That's true. It should probably be a Kekistani priest.
Pope. No, not Pope. A
Yeah.
cardinal.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Just for
I
shit.
like monk better personally. You know, just that's just me.
Pakistani warrior monk.
Hey, shit, yeah, hell yeah, why not?
Oh, that's funny.
Monks of Kekistan.
All right,
There you
guys.
go.
Well, we are bumping up here against. Let's see, what time code are we at? And we're bumping up here against 1:45. So we went long tonight, but that's okay because we had. I don't know. I just off the top of my head, I would say this is probably our strongest episode yet.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, you're fine, Mark. It was a good thing.
I couldn't help myself. I saw the link and I was just like, man, fuck it. Like,
No, man. We're definitely glad to have you, buddy. No,
We
no
were
Saw
problem.
the link. Like he didn't harass chat for the link or anything like that. No, we just like Mikey. We'll bring him in.
I was going to threaten a protest in front of your homes or something.
It's not really a protest if you don't have a bunch of gay dancing dudes in disco lights.
First of all, I'm more
Yeah,
than
true.
enough gay dancing dudes.
Yeah.
I'm like about 3.5 of them right now.
Speaking of crazy gay dance parties, did you guys see the story that happened with Cinco de Milo's event that he had over the weekend?
With a bunch of
No.
strippers and stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of strippers, and then the next day, some coked out stripper went complaining to the media that she never would have gone to the show if she'd known it was Milo. And the reports from the show were that she was wandering around the room, kind of with like glazed eyes, asking people for coke.
Wow.
Oh God.
Pretty funny stuff.
Well, it was a Milo event.
Yeah,
You probably found it.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to end on that note. And thanks everybody for showing up. And thank you for our viewers that are watching us live. Some new Twitter pals that we've just gotten this evening. So thank you guys for watching and listening. I am your host, The Brash Rhino. With me is Jay Fry.
Yep.
And we've got Greasy Faggot.
Sup?
And then we've got our special guest, Based Mama.
Howdy, howdy.
You can find her at based_mama on Twitter, Minds, YouTube, and VidMe. And then we have our special surprise guest at The Biggest Mikey.
Hey, what's up? Cultural appropriator. I like that term better.
We have cultural appropriator, Biggest Mikey.
Stay tuned for his new show on Wings Wednesdays, Coon Corner, coming out this fall.
Jesus.
That sounds like so inviting for some bizarre reason, and I just don't even know what to say about it.
Okay. Well, on that, we will end. So good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Good night.